Before we get started with this video, please check out the description to see how you can win a Nano Ledger S. In an episode of the All In podcast, discussions about certain predictions in cryptocurrencies were made, and Chamath was asked about his pick. Guess what? He gave a very striking remark about Cardano. Peer-to-peer payments, the destruction of traditional rails, it will come out of Africa. He was sure about Cardano's efforts, but why was he suddenly skeptical about the coin? Chamath just predicted that Cardano is on the edge of collapsing. Cardano ADA holders are in for a huge shock. What is it? Well, be sure to watch this video to the end to find out. Chamath Palihapitiya has become one of the most prominent investors in the past few years due to his special purpose acquisition companies. He made headlines when he brought Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic public through a SPAC. While a pioneer in venture investing, he is also big on Bitcoin. Chamath thinks Bitcoin is an insurance policy against central banks and governments taking irresponsible actions, emphasizing the sentiment shared by many hardcore investors in the cryptocurrency space. I think of Bitcoin as the insurance policy I use to sleep soundly at night, just in case the central banks and governments of the world step on a landmine, he said. In recent months, he explained on several occasions that Bitcoin makes sense more than ever before. He believes that the cryptocurrency could reach the price of millions of dollars due to macro trends. Chamath also believes that the economy is hurting to a point where it may see extreme deflation or inflation, which will boost Bitcoin's value proposition. While Chamath is being big on the Bitcoin beats, he seemingly has not been following decentralized finance just yet. When the blockchain journalist Laura Shin asked the billionaire investor if he was watching what was going on in DeFi, the reply was shocking as he gave a shrug and stated that he didn't know about it. The shrug has since been turned into a meme by the Ethereum and crypto community. "I don't even know what that is," he said. Perhaps this accounts for why he is pessimistic about Cardano, which is undoubtedly centered on DeFi. The recent collapse of the popular cryptocurrency Terra Luna sent enormous shockwaves throughout the crypto world. The utter devastation of crypto that seemed secure within the top 10 of all cryptocurrencies by market cap and with a promising future ahead ended up leaving investors with an estimated $40 billion loss. The suddenness of how it all crumbled is still being investigated, but is already being used as a roadmap of what not to do by other blockchain projects. This includes Cardano ADA, whose founder recently disclosed how his team of developers is trying to learn from the Terra disaster and apply the lessons to their crypto. Yet, Chamath is confident that it is on the verge of collapsing. Although crypto investors are typically searching for digital assets to multiply in value as soon as possible, that is not the priority for Cardano's founder, Charles Hoskinson. He has not been deterred from speaking about his desire to see Cardano become a real-world solution for people around the world. A peak in value may come to the asset as its utility evolves, but Hoskinson is clear about prioritizing getting things right over investor gains. Presently, Cardano is trading at per token a steep decline from its all-time high of $3.10. Cardano holders are likely drumming their fingers, wondering when the price action may move back to the upside. However, before that happens, Hoskinson and his team have reassured them that they are taking special care in helping make their projects safer and less susceptible to the type of damage taken on by a former industry stalwart. But can Cardano ADA holders wait for that long? I mean, what if Chamath is right? Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin said that the collapse of Terra UST exposed the inherent dangers in overly complex and automated cryptocurrencies. He further added that many more coins are fundamentally flawed and doomed to collapse eventually. Cardano is one of the worst hit assets in the crypto crash, and it's not getting any better, but does this verdict apply to it? The demise of Terra makes it clear that, just like Ponzi schemes, many cryptocurrencies are reliant on unsustainable growth, making them extremely fragile in the event of a sudden sustained downturn. Unless investors quickly regain their risk appetite, they will likely see more implosions in digital assets down the line, which is a good thing. I mean, think about it as a detox diet that will clean the market of dodgy and unsustainable assets, which definitely doesn't apply to Cardano. However, Cardano is one of the most targeted projects by fraudsters who increasingly employ phishing to defraud naive customers. Cardano was the third most phished cryptocurrency project in the last 3 months, ending on June 22nd, and according to a URL scanner tool, CheckFish, 191 attempts were recorded. This places Cardano in the third spot with 191 phishing pages. Charles Hoskinson warned last year that platforms relating to phishing will continue to increase because of ADA's growth. Surprisingly, despite the crypto market's massive decline, the situation has waxed stronger. Meanwhile, not only do cyber thieves use cryptocurrency to profit, but they do so successfully. In just the 3 months of 2022, online fraudsters stole about $330 million worth of cryptocurrency, according to the Federal Trade Commission. This proves that Cardano is not only on the verge of collapsing, but its safety is also being threatened. When the crash set in, early investors were still in a comfortable position, but the rapid declines became especially acute and threatening for investors, who bought cryptocurrencies when prices surged last year. The fall in cryptocurrencies is part of a broader pullback from risky assets, spurred by increasing interest rates, inflation, and economic uncertainties. The Cardano coin price plunged by a huge percentage during this bearish market, and the massive withdrawal by Cardano whales have worsened matters. A huge number of Cardano whales have withdrawn millions of dollars, which is reflective of the fast dropping Cardano market cap. The biggest reason why Cardano whales are selling is because of the Fed's regulations, which were expected to tackle the inflation problem. But it seems like other factors are prompting Cardano whales to exit projects. It is no longer news that the crypto world is fast evolving, and more projects are being deployed daily. These recent and new projects are attractive, and whales who do not want to lose their money are opting for them. In the wake of an attempt to market recovery, institutional investors' move has finally come forward, and it's surprisingly not what we expected out of them. Institutions have registered inflows worth $247 million, irrespective of the entire market crashing and losing billions of dollars. Interestingly, it has brought forth changes. For most of the year, Bitcoin, which is successfully fitted into Chamath's preferences, was one of the most preferred assets witnessing the most inflows, while Ethereum took the heat of the bearishness. Turning the tables over, Bitcoin also had slipped to its lows, while at the same time Ethereum only observed outflows. While no other asset clearly noted inflows high enough to take Bitcoin's place, Cardano is certainly the more preferred cryptocurrency for institutions. Will Cardano try to defy Chamath's predictions? Remember what we said earlier, that Chamath is oblivious about decentralized finance, which is one of Cardano's areas of influence and adoption. DeFi platforms like Cardano have experienced high demand, and these are just some of the factors that could make Cardano a millionaire dollar coin. Cardano, like all the other cryptocurrencies, is a blockchain platform that supports systems and applications, but it's still in its early stage. Since it's a decentralized cryptocurrency, Cardano has already begun initiatives in several parts of the world to provide unbanked people with financial access. The Cardano protocol announced a cooperation with the utility government to use blockchain technology to promote education. And anyone with an internet connection may buy and trade cryptocurrency, and that's all that's required to have access to Cardano. Now, you can also avoid your dysfunctional fiat system if your country's currency is corrupt or undergoing rapid inflation. So the question is, how can Cardano collapse with this immense advantage? Well, some investors have talked down on the long-term prospects of cryptocurrency, but ADA has stand out as an exception. Cardano has multiple use cases and a long-term growth plan, an indication that it has a sustainable value. It is capable of surviving just fine over the long term. Right now, things don't look pretty for ADA, as it has gone through such a rough time. But for now, there is no way to conclude about a collapse or accurately predict the exact time for its breakthrough. Several indications are in favor of Cardano, but it remains to be seen whether Chamath's claims will be established. But as always, let us have your thoughts about this in the comment section below. And make sure you click on the subscribe and bell buttons.